This is an instrument called kongori. It is a small flat cone which is often used in Korean folk dance. And obviously, the function of this instrument should be making sound, noise, music, you name it. But what if I tell you, 40 years ago by bringing it, you will also break the law? And yeah, this really happened to a guy called Kim No-won, a performer of a Korean folk dance Pungmul. He was beaten by the policeman and imprisoned for 3 months after finding a small coin in his bag. But why? Why can this small, unfatal, even cute instrument cause someone to be imprisoned for so long? From 1972 to 1988, Korea was ruled under the military regime of Park Chung-hee and Chun Tu-hwan. The strict regulation and failure of economic policies caused a popular discontent. People, especially university students, stood out and spoke for themselves. They held various events including peaceful protest to massive rallying on the streets. Among all methods that people used, performing folk dance Pungmul is undoubtedly a special one. It is hard to relate a folk dance with protest, as dancing may seem to be too vague to advocate political belief. However, the result is that it became so vital and conspicuous among both protesters and the government. I'm gonna explain it in three aspects: the performance of Pungmul, the symbolism, and the cultural meaning. Before we move into arguments, let's first watch a video about how Pungmul is played. The first reason that people perform Pungmul is quite simple. Pungmul is played by four percussion instruments including janggu, bok, jing, and kongori. The loudness of playing Pungmul will be beneficial for their protest promotion, as people can easily hear the playing. Also, as you have seen, the performance of Pungmul is built on moving. Then people can be able to follow the procession and perform the folk dance at the same time. In the article Farming on Asphalt, Patterns of Korea Peasant Resistance to the State, it depicts how Pungmul was played in a procession. It wrote that after shouting their slogans of reparation for the loss of cattle, reading and singing the movement songs, they marched toward the police blocking the road. The Pungmul P, composed of college students and peasants, were in front of the march, followed by 8 head of cattle and 6 power tillers. The performance of Pungmul was not affected by the procession, and performers were able to play it at the head of the marching crowd. Second, as Pungmul was played in the protest, it became a symbol of resistance. A protesting student said in the interview that we don't just play Pungmul, but using Pungmul as a tool to let the society know all of the discrepancies, to be able to fix some of the wrong existence of our society. When the Pungmul was played somewhere, people who hear it would be reminded about fighting for their rights and their freedom. A worker said in another interview that, to many citizens, the sounds of drums and gongs signaled that a protest was taking place somewhere in the vicinity. Not only through sound, the arts during that period were also included Pungmul in their depiction. These results definitely raise the impact of Pungmul and its relation to the resistance. Third, and the most important reason is that Pungmul has a deep relationship with the public. Pungmul originated from the Korea farm community. Farmers who used to perform it during ceremonies and other social events. Since people were trying to protect public rights and protest to unpopular government, performing a folk dance that had been popular for a long time can definitely attract most people. Hun Wanqie, A Pungmul performer said in an interview that by playing Pungmul and learning the movements and the rhythm of our nation, our people and our farmers, we become them. In conclusion, people choose to use Pungmul because of its way of performance, its symbolism, and cultural significance. After the success of pushing out the military regime of Chengdu Huan, Pungmul appeared in more resistance and political protest. Even till today, Pungmul is played somewhere for justice and human rights.